Welcome to the Zoning Board, Town of Colony Zoning Board of Appeals, our very first Zoom virtual meeting. And it is January 27th, 2021. And I'd like to call the meeting to order. I believe the board members all have copies of our last set of minutes. If you can believe it, it's from November 19th, 2020. That was the last time we gathered together. Please take a moment to review the minutes.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes of November 19th.
Thank you, David. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, the minutes are approved. Our first order of business tonight is 40 Homewood Avenue. Take notice that the Town of Colony Zoning Board of Appeals will hold a televised hearing at the Public Operations Center at 347 Old Niskayuna Road, Latham, in the Town of Colony on the 27th of January, 2021 at 7 p.m. to hear the appeal of Zachary McMahon from the decision of the building department manager for the Town of Colony, denying him a building permit for the premises located at 40 Homewood Avenue. The proposed construction, 24-foot by 24-foot detached garage on a corner lot with a 13-foot front yard setback, is not compliant with the 30-foot minimum front yard setback required in a single-family residential zoning district, as stated in the Town of Colony Land Use Law, Article 6, Sections 190-24, 190-26 sub A, and 190 attachment number 3 dimensional table for prior established lots. Upon the request for a variance from provisions of the Code of the Town of Colony, Chapter 190, to permit such construction and use, and a secret determination for such appeal. To protect public safety during the state of emergency triggered by COVID-19, this public hearing will take place via video conference. The comments may be submitted by email to the town by January 25th, 2021. Comments submitted will be read aloud by the chairman during the meeting. To provide public comments at this meeting, please register at the following links and you'll get additional instructions. Any member of the public wishing to listen and view this meeting, please visit the town's YouTube channel using a link that you'll be able to watch it on live stream. We have the notice of publication is duly noted, and there's no further seeker action required on this request. Is Zachary here?
Yes. Yes.
Zachary,
can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Why don't you give us a brief explanation as to what you hope to accomplish?
Absolutely. Thank you. So my goal really to build this garage there is pretty much to better utilize the space that I have. I've got 3 kids and a dog, so I don't want to really take away from their space in the backyard, essentially. So I'm just trying to see if I could do this to have a garage in that area and also give myself better storage, lawnmower, snow blower, the essential things that in my current garage are kind of falling apart.
Okay, thank you, Zachary.
Thank you.
Questions from the board, David?
Yes, I do. I have a question. When this is done, the proposed garage will be even across the front with the proposed porch. Am I correct?
Correct.
Okay, because now, as you have it now, the garage is sticking up from the house, but if you add in the proposed porch, then the two of them will be even.
That's the goal. Yes, exactly.
Okay, that's my only question.
Tracy?
Have you spoken to your neighbors about the additional garage?
Yeah, I spoke to a few. I handed out the letters. I see them regularly, whether it's, me coming home during work or seeing them at the bus stop when we get the kids. Everybody was like, hey, that's great. Yeah, good luck.
Mary?
I just wanted to clarify, we are discussing 43 Homewood, correct?
Yes, yes.
Yes, my address is 43.
Right. I thought you read it in as 40.
I think you're right, Mary. I did.
Just wanted to be sure for the record that we have the accurate address.
Thank
And
you.
I do not have any other questions. for
Nick?
McCann.
No, this is just for your own personal residential use, no business or anything along those lines, correct?
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, so in conjunction with the other questions that were asked, I don't have any others, Chairman.
Thank you. Kirk?
Zachary, you mentioned you spoke to neighbors, but I just curious, how about the neighbor right next to the proposed garage?
Right now it's empty. It's a vacant lot. But I
Okay.
also spoke to him too. Steve Brown owns a property there. I've spoken to him too, and he pretty much said the same thing. Like, yeah, good luck.
Okay, all right, good.
Yeah, he had no issues with it.
Okay, good,
Thank
thank you.
Council Michael, anything?
No, I have no problem.
Okay. Well, if there's no other discussion on this proposal, we'll entertain a motion to approve the variance. Nick raised his hand first.
Yeah,
Mary is,
I'll make the motion, Chairman.
okay, Mary, you second it?
Second that motion.
Okay, hearing no further discussion, we'll move to a vote then. Member Rosenthal?
With the motion.
Thank you, Member Swanson.
With the motion,
Thank you, Member Nardilillo.
With the motion,
Thank you, Member Vigiani.
With the motion.
Member Hong.
With the motion,
Thank you. The chair votes with the motion. It's hereby unanimously approved. Good luck, Zachary, and thank you for being our first participant in this new
Yeah,
environment for
thank you
ZBA
so
hearings.
much.
Take care.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Take care, guys. Thank you.
Be well. Next up on the agenda is 15 Deer Path. Take notice that the Town of Colony Zoning Board of Appeals will hold a televised hearing at the Public Operations Center at 347 Old Nisku Road, Latham, on the 27th of January, 2021 at 7 p.m. to hear the appeal of Aaron Warren from the decision of the building department manager for the Town of Colony denying him a building permit for the premises located at 15 Deer Path Drive. The proposed construction of an 18-foot by 33-foot above-ground pool in a front yard on a corner lot with 19.8 feet front yard setback is not compliant with the prohibition of accessory structures in a front yard as stated in the Town of Colony Land Use Law Article 6, Sections 190-24, 190-26 sub C4, and 190 attachment number 3 dimensional table for prior established lots. Upon the request for a variance with the provisions of the Code of the Town of Colony, Chapter 190, to permit such construction and use, and a seeker determination for such appeal. To protect public safety during the state of emergency triggered by COVID-19, this public hearing will take place via video conference. Public comments may be submitted via email. Comments submitted will be read aloud by the chairman during the hearing. And then if this is also any member of the public wishing to listen, can please visit the town's YouTube channel. This requires no further seeker review, and we do have the affidavit of publication on record. Mr. Warren, Aaron, are you there?
I am, sir.
Give us a brief explanation as to what you hope to accomplish.
Swimming. I would like to put a pool in on my side yard. Currently, my backyard is only 20 feet deep. We do have, I believe it's 0.28 acres. Most of that is on the side yard. If anybody has driven by lately, we have fenced in half of the side yard to include the backyard. So it is fully fenced in area, already approved, and just 18 by 33 above ground pool is what I'm looking for approval for.
Okay, thank you, Aaron. David, you want to start us off? Any questions?
No, I have no question, just a comment. Again, it's another corner lot issue.
Thank you, David.
No questions.
Tracy?
I don't have any questions either.
Thank you. Mary?
I would like to reserve any questions I might have in the event we have any comments from neighbors.
Thank you. Nick?
No, I think the only thing I was going to ask from looking at the plans, there's no plan right now to build anything around it. Is there like any decking or anything along those lines?
There is a, in the works, I have a concrete patio, but a deck will be another permit that I'll be looking for after the pool is installed, probably July or August at the earliest.
Okay, but not on this one then.
No, not at this time.
Okay, no other questions for me, Chairman.
Okay, Kirk?
How high or how tall is this the pool from the
The pool
ground
is-
level?
The pool is 50 inches deep, and the fence currently around the side yard and the backyard is 8 foot tall.
Okay.
Hmm.
It says above ground, so it's not above ground.
It's above ground. It's a 50-inch, about 4.5 feet above ground.
Okay, 4.5 feet.
Yes.
And I know you have fence around it, but I just curious. I mean, have you talked to neighbors? What's it?
I've talked to neighbors and I've mailed out, I actually have a receipt from the post office. I mailed out over 40 letters. As far as I know, nobody objects. In fact, my nearest neighbors are looking forward to COVID being over and coming over. So,
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. We do have one email that was submitted from a James Bailey, who I believe lives on the street. Aaron, Mr. Bailey, I guess. He doesn't give his address, but I'll just read this into the record. Because of the virus, I chose not to come to the meeting. I do have concerns about my neighbor's appeal for a pool. I think the pool is too big and the fence is too close to the road. The fence also blocks the view of a sharp turn on that corner of the road. Backing out of my driveway, it's hard for me to see approaching vehicles coming around the turn. One corner of the fence is 4.5 feet away from a fire hydrant, and the southern side of the fence is 4 feet away from the road. It blocked the turn view. I think the fence should be moved back, maybe 3 feet, and the line of sight would be better, I think, but I'm not an expert. Thank you, James Bailey. And that's all we've received.
I am not
Pardon?
surprised by him. I'm not surprised by that comment. He lives in the corner house and his house was the first one in this development and everybody has issues with him. I've been a volunteer fireman in the town for over 20 years. I spoke with the water department and fire services. My new corner of the fence is 6 feet from the hydrant, which is where the old fence was taken down and the new fence was replaced. I guess I could say that I was expecting this from him. So what I did was, instead of taking the fence all the way down to the road, I matched it up with the end of the garage. So he does have plenty of room to see getting in and out of his driveway as well as everybody else in the area.
Thank you, Aaron. Is there anyone else on our Zoom call that wants to comment on this particular proposal? Council, anything?
No, it's a corner lot issue, typical. The new fence is nice. I think it's appropriate. It's a horseshoe roadway anyway, so it's not a through street, and you're limited to maybe 20 miles an hour. So,
Thank you. Mary, did you have anything?
No, I will actually be willing to make the motion to
Oh.
approve this. If
Thank
we're
you.
ready for that.
Yes, we are. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Tracy, thank you. Hearing no further discussion, we'll move to a vote then to approve the motion. Mr. Rosenthal,
With the motion.
thank you. Member Swanson,
With the motion.
thank you. Member Nardilillo,
With the motion.
thank you. Member Vigiani,
With the motion.
thank you. Member Hong.
With the motion.
The chair votes with the motion. It's hereby unanimously approved. And good luck, Mr. Warren.
Does
Happy
this mean I
swimming.
need to invite you all over for a cookout?
Yep.
I'm allergic to cats though, Mary. I see the cat in the background.
I do have to ask this. Are you a planner? So you've planned ahead, or is this something you were hoping to put in last year?
Yes. So we put a down payment down on half of the pool in, I believe it was June or July. So we've been planning this probably since October.
Well, that's wonderful.
So,
I'll
yes.
give you Saturday when our high temperature is 14.
Yeah, I will not be swimming then. Thank you, board.
Thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Warren.
Thanks.
Our
Enjoy.
next item is 18 Ross Court. Take notice that the Town of Colony Zoning Board of Appeals will hold a televised hearing at the Public Operations Center at 3470 Nisqually Road, Latham, in the Town of Colony on the 27th of January, 2021, at 7 p.m. to hear the appeal of Diana M. Carl from the decision of the Building Department Manager for the Town of Colony, denying her a building permit for the premises located at 18 Ross Court. The proposed construction of a 21.5 foot by 24 foot addition, a two-car garage, with a rear yard setback of 12.2 feet is not compliant with the minimum 25-foot minimum rear yard setback required in a single-family residential zoning district, as stated in the Town of Colony Land Use Law, Article 6, Section 190-24, 190-26 sub A, and 190 attachment number 3 dimensional table for prior established lots. Upon the request for a variance from the provisions of the Code of the Town of Colony, Chapter 190, to permit such construction and use, and a secret determination for such appeal. To protect public safety during the emergency triggered by COVID-19, this public hearing will take place via teleconference. Public comments may be submitted via email. Comments will be read aloud by the chairman during the hearing, and the public can also view this on the town's YouTube channel. It does not require any additional seeker, and we do have the publication, the notice of publications are duly noted on record. Diana Carl?
Yes.
Hi, good evening.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Want to give us a quick overview of what you hope to accomplish?
Yep, absolutely. We bought the house last April and at the time knew that it was a perfect house, our forever wonderful dream house, but it does not have a garage at all. So in looking at the location that would best suit the house in the current layout, the best option for us is to put it kind of towards the back of the house. And we currently only have a 17.5-foot setback, despite the 25-foot setback we currently use. So we're asking for just an extra 5 feet so that we can fit the full-size garage in there.
Thank you, Diana. We'll go to the board. David Rosenthal.
The only thing we're short is 13 feet from the rear yard setback, correct?
Yes,
It would
Joe
be-
is
You have
nodding.
12.2 and you're supposed to have 25.
Right.
Okay, I have no questions. I have no problem with this at all.
Oh, thank you. Tracy?
And were there any trees that needed to be removed?
So,
Nothing? Okay.
Mary?
I have no problem at all with this.
Nick?
No questions from me, Chairman.
Kirk?
No question.
Anyone in the audience have any comment on this proposal? Happens to be online. Hearing none. Council?
Oh, I'm fine, Jim. The house obviously has no garage situation. The sidelines are okay and permitted, so the relief is the rear lot line.
Diana, if I may be so bold to ask, is Phyllis okay with this?
she said she was absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Phyllis is an old friend. I've known her for 35 years.
Oh, yeah, she's great.
And John Awashko and Diana at the end of the street are dear friends also.
Oh,
So-
it's a great street.
It's a great street, really a wonderful
really
street.
is.
So, having made those observations, who would like to make the motion to approve this? Mary has her hand up, followed by Kirk.
Okay, yes.
Thank you. Barring no further discussions, we'll move to a vote. Member Rosenthal,
With the motion.
thank Member Swanson,
With the motion?
Member Nardilillo, thank you.
Motion.
Member Vigiani,
With the motion.
thank you. Member Hong,
With the motion.
and the chair votes with the motion. It's hereby unanimously approved. Good luck. Thank you very much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
We appreciate it.
Thank you. Our final item of business tonight is 23 Spring Street Road. Take notice that the Town of Colony Zoning Board of Appeals will hold a televised hearing at the Public Operations Center at 3470 Nisqually Road, Latham, in the Town of Colony on the 27th day of January 2021 at 7 p.m. to hear the appeal of Robert and Monica King from the decision of the Building Department Manager for the Town of Colony, denying them a building permit for the premises located at 23 Spring Street Road. The proposed construction of a 24-foot by 24-foot detached garage in a front yard with a 73 .7-foot front yard setback is not compliant with the prohibition of structures in a front yard as stated in the Town of Colony Land Use Law, Article 6, Sections 190-24, 190-26 sub C4, and 190 attachment number 3 dimensional table for prior established lots upon the request for a variance from the provisions of the Code of the Town of Colony, Chapter 190, to permit such construction and use, and a secret determination for such appeal. To protect public safety during this state of emergency triggered by COVID-19, this public hearing will take place via video conference. Public comments will be submitted via email, and comments submitted will be read aloud by the chairman during the hearing. This is also available on the town's YouTube channel, period. There's no seeker required on this one either, and we have the affidavit of publication on record. It is the King fan, Monica King, I see you there. Good evening. You're muted. Kim, can you unmute Monica? Oh, there we go. Okay. Monica, you want to give us a brief overview of what you hope to accomplish?
Sure. We currently don't have a detached garage and we would like to add one. When we looked at the lot, we have some limitations due to where our septic and leach field is on this lot. So that's why this garage is what's considered the front yard, although it's a good 73 feet off our front property line. It's not in line with the house, so it is considered the front yard.
Okay, thank you, Monica. David?
I have no questions, but I wonder if they could make the print a little bit smaller on the map so we can't see it at all. For people with bad eyes, it's not your fault. The print on this thing is crazy small. I might get a magnifying glass out next time for that, but I have no questions about that.
I had to get out my readers too. When I printed at half scale, it's probably not helping things.
Here you go, David. Here's my glass.
Oh, thanks, Jim.
Oh. Through the miracle of technology, we have the site plan up on the board for now, if anyone has questions. Tracy, anything?
I don't have any questions.
Thank you. Mary?
No, I believe this is back far enough from the road. I don't even know if we'll really be able to see it.
Right.
Nick?
No questions. I think it's pretty straightforward. No questions.
Mhm. And Kirk?
So, so this proposed garage is for the parking of cars or just some storage use?
We are hoping that it's going to be wide enough for 2 cars.
Okay. And you do have an existing garage, right? I'm looking at the map.
We have 1 bay attached. We do. Yep.
Okay, only 1 bay then. Okay.
Correct.
Got it. And just wondering, is any comment from neighbors?
No, we've actually, the Fidens live next door. It used to be Earl and Joe Fiden, but they've since passed away. Their house recently sold and Andy and Michelle moved in next door and we've been talking with them. They are actually eagerly watching how this process goes because he has plans for a large garage also. So
Okay.
if we can build up as the process goes, because I noticed they've taken out like a dozen trees over there. And so they plan on building a large garage too. So yeah.
Good. Keeping us busy. Thank you.
Anybody else online have any questions or comments on this? Michael, council's department?
No, we're fine, Jim. This is a large lot and the setback from the road, I think, agree with Mary that it's going to be virtually invisible to the neighborhood. I have no
Okay.
problem.
Thank you. Well, then I'd like to entertain a motion to approve. Kirk has his hand up.
Yes, I make the motion to approve it.
Very good. It says there's a second.
I'll second.
Thank you, David. Any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll move then to a vote. Member Rosenthal.
With the motion.
Thank you, Member Swanson.
With the motion.
Thank you, Member Nardilillo.
With the motion.
Thank you, Member Vigiani.
Jim, you may have cut out a little bit. The building department doesn't have any issues with this, right?
No.
Okay, yeah, with the motion.
Thank you, Member Hong.
With the motion.
And the chair votes with the motion. It's hereby unanimously approved. And thank you, Monica,
All
for
right.
participating in our very first Zoom hearing.
It went very well.
Thank you. Is there any further business to come before the board tonight, or any comments, questions, as we just remember, we have another meeting next Wednesday night at 7:00. 4 items will be on the agenda. Mostly commercial, right, Don?
There's going to be 2 residential and 2 commercial.
Two and two. So I want to thank everyone again for participating. I think this went extremely well. Sean, thank you for setting this all up. And Kimberly, thank you for learning from Sean and making this thing go pretty seamlessly, I would think, for the most
Yeah.
part. So very impressive. And I think we can continue with this format until the COVID-19 is well behind us. So
Yeah.
Yes.
anything else before entertain a motion then to adjourn? Nick.
Motion to adjourn.
I'll
Nick
make a
got it
motion.
up first. Mary seconds it. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Hearing none, we are hereby adjourned. Thank you, zoning, thank you, building department.